It is my pleasure now to introduce today's keynote speaker and a distinguished MSU alumnus. Iwan Syahril is Director General for Teachers and Education Personnel in Indonesia's Ministry of Education and Culture. He earned his dual degree, Ph.D., from the College of Education in 2016 in Curriculum Instruction and Teacher Education and Educational Policy. In Indonesia, he established the Center for Education and Policy Studies, an independent research institute. Today, he oversees policy for 3 million public and private school teachers and education personnel. In that sprawling, diverse nation, he pursues a reform agenda of decentralization, teacher support, and student focus. Welcome, Dr. Syahril.
President Stanley, the Board of Trustees, and members of MSU faculty and staff, thank you for granting me this incredible honor. And congratulations to the class of 2021. This day has finally arrived. Since I graduated not so long ago, just 5 years before you, I can still relate to the experience of what it takes for all of you for this achievement. Earning a doctoral degree is no small feat. And also to all friends and families who have supported you every step of the way, congratulations to you as well. President Stanley has convinced me that I simply need to share the story of my career and the pursuit of a lifetime transforming the 4th largest education system in the world. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I have 3 key messages. The first one is to live a purposeful life. While majoring in international relations in my undergraduate years, I was also teaching English. I loved it so much and I decided to become a teacher after I graduated. I found that teaching is magical. As a teacher, I feel that it is a privilege to be part of the transformation of so many young people. When given access to quality education, all students, regardless of their starting point, can reach their highest potential. That's what I believe, and that's what my life purpose is. Figuring out how to make sure that every student, no matter what their background is, gets access to quality education. I'm privileged to be an educator and to lead the education policy as the Director General of Teachers and Education Personnel in the Ministry of Education and Culture of my home country, Indonesia. Indonesia has more than 300,000 schools and about 50 million students, spread in an archipelago consisting of 17,000 islands across 3,200 miles. That's from east to west. It is slightly longer than 2,800 miles between New York and Los Angeles. So the issues are quite complex, but it is my great pleasure to engage daily in challenges in the interest of enhancing the minds and spirits of the nation's children. I'm now on a mission of creating and implementing transformative policies for more than 3 million public and private school teachers and school leaders, inspiring them to be continuously engaged in learning about teaching so that they can reach, inspire, and unleash the potential of every student. I'm incredibly grateful because MSU prepared me for this journey. MSU taught me how to think and solve really tough problems to bridge the gap between educational policies and practice. MSU taught me how to make sense of the big picture of the education landscape without losing sight of the messy realities of practice. I hope throughout your journey in MSU, you have found renewed your life purpose, especially to solve the society's grandest challenges and expand the frontiers of knowledge in your field. I believe living a purpose-driven life is what brings the ultimate happiness. So please, continue to be purposeful, follow your passion, and make your powerful mark in the world. My second key message is to be courageous, to embrace ambiguities and uncertainties. The global pandemic has taught us a valuable lesson about how quickly circumstances in our lives can change. When COVID-19 became the global pandemic just a little over a year ago, we had little knowledge on how to deal with it. School systems all over the world were put on hold. In fact, 1.6 billion students were affected by the sudden change, including you. In Indonesia, we quickly decided to have students learn from home. But honestly, we did not know what the best solution was, even until now. All teachers, including the expert ones, had to take baby steps again. Nobody had been trained to operate an education system in a global pandemic situation. Indonesia tried a range of strategies to mitigate the education crisis. We simplified the national curriculum to help teachers focus on the most essential learning outcomes, so not to burden students with a mountain of homework that created a lot of stress for students and parents. We created a policy where more than 30 million students and teachers could receive free internet data packages directly to their phones so they could continue to use online tools and resources. We launched an education programs on national television so to help students and teachers with no internet access. We provided emergency funding of more than 450 million US dollars to more than 50,000 schools and more than 2 million educators and school staff who were most affected during the pandemic. My team and I created 2 initiatives to help teachers deal with teaching and learning difficulties during the pandemic. The first one is called Guru Berbagi, or Teacher Share. It is a crowdsourcing platform where teachers share lesson ideas and materials. In 1 year, the platform has more than 350,000 active users and has been accessed more than 80 million times. Another initiative is called Guru Belajar, or Teachers Learn. This one is an online teacher training platform that has already more than 1 million participants since October last year. So even teachers in far remote islands now can join relevant training that they need on this platform. It has given hope to the Indonesian education that technology can solve the problem of access to learning and to spark new innovations in teaching. The new normal has called for quick thinking and being comfortable with the ambiguity. In fact, living in a world of fast-paced change and uncertainties requires adaptability and agility. COVID-19 has pushed all of us to adopt a new mindset, to be comfortable with the uncomfortable. The pandemic has also given us a greater sense of urgency to explore a lot of new possible solutions, to cultivate new ideas and innovations in the effort to reimagine the world. We now know better that the old normal was not working for us. We need a better healthcare system, a better economic system, a better education system, a better political system, a better humanity, and many other system changes. Your story in completing doctoral degree during the pandemic is a story of patience, perseverance, and determination. There must have been many difficult moments that required many adjustments that you were not sure whether they would work. Your journey has demanded each of you to have the audacity of hope, meaning to stay hopeful in the face of difficulties, to stay hopeful in the face of certainties. Not knowing the answers can make us feel very uncomfortable and anxious. You have overcome challenges that very few graduating classes have had to. Wherever you go after your graduation, I encourage you to use ambiguities and uncertainties as a source of energy, motivation, and vision for reimagining the world. Always have the courage to try, the courage to take risks, the courage to face failures. Remember, every setback is an opportunity to learn. Continue to march forward. Please believe that there is always hope, even in the most challenging circumstances, especially if we stand together. And that is what Spartan's Will means to me. My third key message is to lead the initiative to reimagine the post-COVID-19 world. COVID-19 has triggered the biggest health, economic, education crisis in generations. It has made us see the limitations and flaws of our world. It has challenged us to rethink about how we should live our lives in the coming years. One very important key lesson is that we need to reclaim the idea of community. We all need one another. To deal with the pandemic, each of us needs to step up and support each other. We need to look out for the most vulnerable. We need to understand the consequences of our choice to one another. The spirit of giving, sharing, and collaboration among communities all over the world has been growing fast during the pandemic, and we need to continue. It all comes down to this: we all matter. We are in this together. So let's strengthen our sense of community and social solidarity so we can tackle the greatest challenges of our time. We will emerge stronger and better than before, and I know you are up for the challenge. I will close with a memorable quote from a favorite movie of mine, Dead Poets Society. It originates from a poem written by Walt Whitman titled "O Me, O Life." O me, O life, of the questions of this recurring, of the endless trains of the faithless, of cities filled with the foolish, what good amid this, O me, O life? Answer: that you are here, that life exists and identity, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse, that the powerful play goes on and you may contribute a verse. Graduates, what will your verse be? Thank you very much and congratulations. Go green, go white, go Spartans, go change the world, because Spartans always will.